Hi, this is psychic medium Danielle Garcia with your energy forecast for this week. Today is June 9th, and I'm going to go more on my feel and spin of the energies coming in as opposed to the astrological stuff that I've been bringing up. You know, we do have many retrogrades going on. We've got 4 planets in retrograde. We are in the pre-shadow phase of Mercury in retro. Just had a brilliant moon and in the midst of an eclipse as well. So, and don't forget the solstice is coming up right around the corner. Needless to say, there's a lot of different energies going on right now, and that can be confusing. Both planetary energies, emotional energies, community energies, universal energies, and so on and so forth. So, what the heck does an empath do with all of these different energies coming at you? Take a step back. I had a session recently with a client that coined a term that I absolutely love. And she was talking about how she needs to step away from social media from time to time because of all the fear porn that's out there. You know, are we in the midst of an apocalypse? Is the government collapsing? What's going to happen with the economy? Yes, we need to be concerned about all of these different things, but if we continue to absorb them on an energetic level in which they were presented and intended, depending on what you're plugging into, well, you're basically creating a gateway that's sucking your energy. I know for myself, I just felt incredibly heavy over the last 2 weeks. Just this heaviness. That's all the way that I could just describe it. It feels like a pressure that's just surrounding me. And it's not just impacting my mental health. It's definitely had a huge impact on my physical health. I've had to step back from work. I've ended up being in the hospital twice, and I take ownership of that. I am responsible for that. We do totally create our own reality. And if you are going into a space of fear or anxiety, it's time to take a look at that. What's causing this fear? What's causing this anxiety? The energy as it stands this week and as it has been the last few weeks and will continue on over what my guides are telling me over the next 2.5 months, it's about taking a true look at how you feel. Not just about how you feel or how you're being triggered, but what are your beliefs? Who are you putting first? And when I say that, who are you putting first? I'm not saying it in a selfish way and let's go into ego and talk about how incredibly wonderful we are. It's not narcissistic. It's a matter of going above and beyond survival mode. And I feel a lot of people in the world right now are in survival mode because of the planetary energies that are going on, the energy of COVID, the energy of the protests, the different experiences that are going on in the world right now that are being brought more to light. This is a wake-up call. It's time to wake up. It's time to take responsibility for our own actions. It's time to make sure that we're not sacrificing. It's time to make sure that we're not struggling. It's time to make sure that we're not giving more of our energy away than we're giving to ourselves. Because you know what happens is when we do that, we become depleted, we become exhausted, we become depressed, we become less than. And we're not meant to be less than. We are meant to flourish. We are meant to experience joy. Are there hard times? Abso-freaking-lutely. But how are we dealing with that? Are we absorbing those hard times and allowing ourselves to fall? Or are we finding healing? Are we finding commonality? Are we pointing a finger? You can look at this and interpret it any way that you want to interpret it. Because guess what? We live on a free will planet. How freaking cool is that? If everyone started taking responsibility for their own energy and their own emotion and their own actions, how different could the world be? It's very easy to point off and say, this caused me to feel bad or this caused me to break down. But in essence, you still have to take accountability for your own actions. And whether you do that here in this life or whether you do it when you cross over and pass on, you're still accountable. And you should most certainly be accountable to yourself. Because if you're feeling less than, if you're feeling weighted down like I was, well, sooner or later that is going to show up in your life. And whether that shows up in your abundance, whether that shows up in your physical life, whether that shows up in your mental life, your emotional life, it's going to show up. Many times things get shooken up to release, to reset, to create change. Most times change is uncomfortable, and we have to find a better way. And that starts inside. Once we start finding a better way inside, then we can shift the energies that are going on outside of us, in our communities, in the world, in our planet, on our planet, in the universe, and so on and so on and so forth. Our energy, our thoughts, and what we plug into definitely affect us. This week is all about taking control of you. Who's looking out for you? If you're not looking out for you, I'm telling you, doesn't matter who else is looking out for you. Because if you're not taking the time to take care of you, then you're seriously just, I can't even come up with a word with it. How's that? If you're not taking the time for you, no one else is going to. Not in the way that you should. It's like expecting, your car to maintain the maintenance on itself. That's not going to happen. You have to maintain yourself. You have to go for the oil changes, right? You have to go for the daily maintenance, not just every 7,000 miles. So what are you maintaining? What are you plugging into? What are you feeling this week? How are you releasing that? How are you letting go? How are you shifting your vibe? How are you raising the vibe higher? Are you reaching out to a friend? Are you seeking therapy? Are you joining with other like-minded people to come up with some type of a solution? What are you doing? Where's your energy? What are you plugging into? These are all questions we need to be asking this week with the vibes that are coming through. The Schumann resonance this morning, when I just checked it, it's a 62. We're off the charts again. What can I tell you? Try working with a daily practice to help keep yourself as in balance as you possibly can. When you find balance within physical, mental, and spiritual, when these other things that throw us off kilter, like retrogrades or COVID or breakups or losing your job or whatever else happens, yeah, we're going to dip down, we're going to come out of balance, but we'll bring ourselves back up into balance a lot easier. If we're so out of balance and then something, of a lower vibe happening, then it's so much harder to create that balance again. It's a teeter-totter. Where's your balance right now? Where are you at? How are you paying attention to you in a selfless way? Taking care of yourself is so incredibly important this week and every week. Absolutely. There is a lot of different energies coming in. It's like it's a battle of submissive and control. There's a battle of of feminine and masculine energy going on right now. And if you look around, I think that you can identify that in a lot of different things going on in the world right now. When you find that balance, that harmonic balance of masculine and feminine, of spiritual and physical, then life becomes a heck of a lot easier. With that in mind, I'm actually drawing cards from the Divine Feminine Oracle. Highly recommend it. Really cool deck. I'm just going to draw 3 cards to see what energies the cards are saying are coming in. So let's see what comes through. I basically just shuffle until I hear a stop or until something pops out of the deck. All right, our first card is Thekla, The prophetess of true power. There's a repetitive statement. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. What a great pick. Let me try to get this to where there's not so much of a glare on it. I hope you can see her and that wonderful lion next to her, right? This is the time to call back your power, no matter what is going on around you, no matter the chaos. No matter the upset, no matter the overwhelm, you are in control of your thoughts. You are in control of your power. You are in control of your life. Next card. Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Exactly. Where is the love this week? Where is your connection to spirit? You can't profess to be to believing in unconditional love and giving it if you're putting contingencies and conditions on other people and those around you. And the last card for this draw, unless they tell me differently, the cosmic egg, the divine feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of ever-expanding love. Very interesting card to choose when this is a time where masculine and feminine seem to be out of balance. So think about that divine feminine, right? The divine feminine energy is fire. It is water. It is all. It is about stepping into that motherly nourishment, that compassion, that kindness, that unconditional love. I hope that you try to find the divine feminine in your life, in yourself. I hope that you find a way to embody that and bring more of that vibration into the here and now and really focus on your own healing, your own needs, your own energy, and to follow what are you plugging into? What are you allowing to shift your vibe? With those thoughts, I offer you many blessings for this week and have a beautiful, wonderful day.